What is going on, everybody? Super Yankee for Life here once again, and you'll be watching a 45-7, I believe, 66 kill confirmed match on a Standoff. Going to be using the Scorestreaks. I don't know how I did. To be honest, I really don't know how I survived that or that guy too. But yeah, going to be using the Scorestreaks, another personal favorite weapon of mine from MW2. It kind of blows my mind sometimes how they can put, weapons from MW2 into this game, even though they're not a part of Infinity War. They're part of Treyarch. So, that kind of I wouldn't say it worries me sometimes, but it kind of makes me wonder at times, why would they put, MW2 weapons and again, nice two-piece with Scorestreaks. But anyway, what I really want to talk about today in this commentary is skill versus connection. Now, I know there's obviously two sides to this, and everyone has their opinion on this. But which is more important, skill or connection in Call of Duty? Now, if you want to talk MW2, I mean, you would certainly say skill because connection-wise, MW2 was by far the best Call of Duty, period. Although COD 4 would have a thing to say about that, but I thought I had another kill there with a Hellstorm, but I guess the cluster bomb missed or something. But anyway. And if you're talking MW2, I mean, skill-wise, obviously, because connection-wise, it was almost flawless. If you had good aim in that game, you were going to kill your target regardless. Unless you had shit aim, you're going to die. So, the last three Call of Duties, Black Ops 1, MW3, and especially this game in particular, by far have had the worst connections of any Call of Duty ever. Like, I know World at War maybe had some connection problems at times, but nothing on this level. It really is sadden. It really does sadden me to see, the last three Call of Duties be so connection based that you have no idea what's going to happen when you see somebody head on, and in this game or Black Ops 1 or MW3, you can put half a clip into somebody and they will just eat the bullets like a champ, and I see a Hellstorm, and so I immediately go into a room and just take cover. Guy's head glitching right there, and this Scorestreaks has some nasty recoil at times, but if you can burst fire with it, it can work, but I'm just not the type of guy that burst fire with a fully automatic weapon. You can turn this into a 3-round burst with select fire, but who's really going to do that? So that's why I have grip on as well. But as I was saying about connections in the last three Call of Duties, it really does suck to have gunfights be decided by connections or be based on who has the best, best host and whatever. And this, 5 of my 7 deaths, I believe, in this game were to people with target finders. Like, I don't get it why you have to use an attachment to help you with your aim. I mean, if anyone should be using a target finder, it's me, because the recoil on this weapon is ridiculous, but I'm not a turd like that. And, as I was saying, I mean, Scorestreaks has high damage too, so, and that guy was head glitching with the N27, but I don't think he was using a target finder. I think, I mean, he's still playing like a bitch, but, at least he wasn't using a target finder. But as I was saying, it really does suck to have connections decide gunfights. It should be about skill. In my personal opinion, I believe skill should decide gunfights in Call of Duty, not connections. Because if they can somehow get back to MW2 connections, although that's not going to happen. And I don't think they're going to go back to that engine ever again, because that was the old school Infinity Ward, and they're not going to go back to that. But if they can somehow tweak the engine for the next Call of Duty, or if Treyarch actually decides, you know what, we should probably fix our connections and fix our netcode, then I guarantee you this Call of Duty, this franchise will be much better than what it is right now. Because if connections are going to keep deciding, and this dude had an LSAT target finder diamond. Oh boy, people these days, I swear. Anyway, as I was saying, I was getting off topic. If connections are going to keep deciding Call of Duty gunfights, then I'm not sure if I want to stay in a franchise like that. You know, I want to be able to play a game, or especially a first-person shooter for that matter, and have it decide on skill, not on connection. Although I will say that the last 3 Call of Duties, and this guy's sitting in the corner with a Type 25 with, you guessed it, a target finder. Just any long-range death I suffer in this game, I just facepalm, because I already know, almost sort of. I'm almost certain what the result is going to be on the kill cam. A guy with a target finder. But if I'm going to play a first-person shooter, I want things to be based on skill and not connection. Because a guy with even the best connection, with the best internet, can still sometimes play like an absolute asshole. So I would rather have things be based on skill and not connection. Although the last 3 Call of Duties, without question, are based off of connection. No question about it. Anyone who disagrees is an idiot. No offense, but that's just the way it is. And this guy's sitting in the corner with that Type 25 target finder. Why people play like that is beyond me. Especially with a high rate of fire, a weapon with ridiculous rate of fire. I mean, you would think the Type 25 would be used for rushing instead of just sitting in corners and camping with a target finder. But well, the gameplay I believe is winding down here, but that's just my 2 cents on the whole thing. Skill versus connection. I know people have different opinions on this. I would just wish if it would just get back to skill judging gunfights instead of connection. Because you honestly never know what you're going to get getting into a gunfight in this game, or Black Ops 1 or MW3, because connection-wise, the last 3 Call of Duties have sucked big time. And I believe I get the final kill cam here with the Scar. Final score, I believe, is 171. We've handled these guys pretty easily. Final score for me is 46-7 with 25 confirms and 8 denies. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, Super Yankee for life. Signing off. Peace.